powered name of We Are Change Connecticut, wearechangect.org, and this is Truth Talk News. Just a quick off-the-cuff rant this morning. Bullying has become a national crisis. We all can remember when we were kids. I'm in my mid-40s. There was always bullies. And they were always really shallow kids that really had low self-esteem and fought and picked on other people because they really felt that they weren't adequate. It seems that that is mushroomed today. The media certainly doesn't help. I mean, they report on all these incidents, but they never correlate the connection between the violence that we see on TV and the movies that they make that actually address these type of things, like Mean Girls and very vindictive characters, these villains that unfortunately our young children identify with. And then to make them feel good and be part of the group, they have to emasculate and torment others. Look at the movie Carrie. Great classic example of bullying. The issue in bullying has now come to the point where it's more normal to be bullied than not to be bullied, which says a lot. So the people in the club are bullying the people that are not in the club. The people in the clique are bullying those that they feel are outside the clique or inferior for whatever reason. This isn't just some coincidence. We have been conditioned to act this way. We are in a situation where America is faced with financial trouble, parents that have to work 2 jobs that are not around for their children, single-parent households due to the social programs, which is exactly what that did. You have people that have 4 and 5 children with different men on welfare. Maybe some of them are working, but none of them certainly can really be good parents and teach the values of society, of a moral society. Not a hedonistic, anything goes, feel good society, which is what America and the world is evolving into. And I believe, and hopefully you would agree, that bullying should be a felony. It should be a felony. It should stay on a student's record forever. Because these type of people will grow up to bully. And these type of people will possibly become heads of corporations and are political leaders. And we need to know. They want to background check people for mental illness for guns. They want to background check people for criminals before they can buy a gun. Let's background check them before they can get a job. Well, they do that already. But before they run for office, let's find out if they have any issues. I mean, this is where, I believe it's going. And it should be a felony. There should be jail time, no warnings. If you're convicted, especially, the evidence is there. They put text messaging, the proof, kill yourself, go kill yourself. This weekend, a teen committed suicide in Florida. And she climbed up on a tower and jumped off the girl that was bullying her. That's manslaughter. And there should be degrees of bullying. First offense, mandatory 90 days juvenile facility. Mandatory. That'll stop it. This football player that went away and the kids had a party at his house and he exposed their names, the parents want to sue him. This is what's wrong with America. This is what's wrong with our society. You're deflecting away every problem that we have. The root cause of the problem is deflected away from. It's the parents' fault that these kids did that. It's the parents' fault that the way they raise their kids. They should be saying, I'm going to put your picture and your name in the newspaper. It is a sad thing to say that our society has become, let's not hurt the child's feelings as far as discipline. Parents, kids walk all over their parents. Tell them what to do. Not in my house. My son has respect for his mother, his father, the Lord. And I think that's missing too. You have to have something greater than yourself that you understand as your God, whether it's nature itself, Jesus, Allah, Muhammad, whatever. You have to have some sort of faith, or you lose morality. People that just go along their lives moving on the wheel, the little hamster wheel going around and around, are too busy for their own kids. And it's a sad state of affairs, because my son comes first. His education. But if he's doing something wrong, he's going to have a stern understanding. He wouldn't do it. If you raise your children right, they won't do the wrong things. They won't make the wrong decisions. They won't hang with the wrong people. They'll be the person in that crowd saying, no, we can't do that to this girl. We can't be torturing this poor girl with these text messages and all this. People have to stand up and report them. You want to call them a tattletale? It's not a tattletale. There's no such thing as tattletaling. There's no such thing as exposing evil is what I do. Just the way we have all these evil forces that are controlling our lives and our government and taking our wealth, bringing in a socialist, totalitarian, one-world government, slowly but slowly coming along with all these different trade agreements and Trans-Pacific Partnership and the North American Union and NAFTA, GATT. What is this doing? How has this helped America? All it did was homogenize the world a little more and taken at the expense of middle-class America's wealth. The poor will always be poor. The money's coming from the middle class, not the rich. And then the Democrats, they think, oh, well, let's tax the rich. It's so far-fetched to understand that it's such a huge difference between what you consider rich and the people that are running the show here. They are governments. They are the wealth of governments. Ruling class families worth trillions of dollars, controlling the puppet strings of our government, controlling both parties of our government. That's why things don't change and they keep moving towards this one world system. And they need to do this by dumbing us down, keeping us in conflict. And that's what this does. Bullying keeps us in conflict. Another example. And it is another example of a mirrored reflection of society. We all know the truth. The truth is, things were better years ago. Now, instead of pointing fingers, ask yourself why. Because the answer lies in you. You and I are part of our society. You are either part of the problem or part of the solution. The choice is yours. Remember, government will never be able to fix society's problems. Society's problems start and end in the home. Don't be sheeple, people. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Go to wearechangect.org. I'm Howard Nima. Thank you for watching Truth Talk News, where news the mainstream media ignores is the top story. For more truth, subscribe to Freedom First Films on YouTube and Truth Talk News on livestream.com.